I wouldn't call it a sequel. I think what our country wrongly does is that a remake, a reboot.
As an artist, I had to mug every page because Sonu Dilli doesn't think.
Jannat was his first unique product, which kind of established him as a hero.
Debakar with Shanghai, for the first time, I'm playing a low status character.
I would also like to just bring in your character in Shanghai to Bharat Mata Ki Jai we put up yesterday. Is it a conscious decision on your part? You're just experimenting with your looks and your physicality and the way you're just shelling out dialogues and all?
I wanted to do different stuff. I have explored certain kind of characters. I've explored, in acting terminologies, these characters are called high status characters. They, cool demeanor, urbanized characters, which I've always played. Like it may be a murder 2 or a murder.
Right.
Debakar with Shanghai, for the first time, I'm playing a low status character.
Exactly.
Jogi has a complex. He has an inferiority complex. It took me 15 sessions, theatre workshops to actually understand what a man like this goes through. Feels small, in whatever way, emotionally or as a person, to get into Jogi Parmar's character. And then of course the physicality of, the pan-stained teeth and the makeup and everything, and the paunch was something that was required for Jogi Parmar.
What's up? You've been observing Emraan for the longest period of time, and I think he was an assistant director on Raz, I believe, when he started off. I believe you were 18 at that point of time. And the kind of evolution that he's having, even the Dirty Picture, even though it's being said that it's a Vidya Balan film, like, if you see the trade report, it is very clearly said that there are certain pockets which Emraan Hashmi ki filmein wahan par chalti hain, and that's why the audience is coming into the theatres, in fact. How do you react to such things?
Yeah, there's no denying that the Dirty Picture's phenomenal opening cannot be de-linked from the success of Emraan with that constituency, that huge constituency that contributed to that phenomenal opening that it received. And that is a constituency which he has kind of cultivated over a period of time, irrespective of the industry not recognizing it and acknowledging it. Right. Till it finally acknowledged it. It's like what the great Vivekananda said. First they say, they deny you your greatness, and finally they succumb to it because they have no other way of denying it. So I think he has now come to establish to the world that he is a force to reckon with. And it's this bottom-up journey has been a phenomenal journey. Murder saw him kind of really drive home the point that when he gets a hero's role, this is what he can possibly deliver. Murder 2. And then after that, I think, yes, people got up and took note of him in Once Upon a Time in Mumbai. It was very brave of him. Even I told him not to do that role because I was frightened that he will be kind of identified by the demonized Dawood Ibrahim off screen, and then
there was Ajay Devgan as well.
Yeah, and plus I was scared that, oh my God, how can he possibly win hearts with the role of Dawood Ibrahim, who's the most demonized character in India? But he did it, and he pulled it off and very well. And I concede that his instinct was far more in sync with time than mine was.
Shamim Desai's play as well, I believe.
Yeah, his journey is just beginning, and the problem is now with us. We who are his kind of mentors, I think we will peak. With Jannat's phenomenal success, which is inevitable, and followed by Raz, we will peak. The challenge begins when you peak. What do you do thereafter? How will you reinvent the persona of Emraan Hashmi, which has taken so much time to flower? Right. So the challenge is now staring at us, and we are doing our best to kind of embrace it and deliver a completely new, iconic character once again.
Okay, how different is Jannat 2 from Jannat, in fact?
I think what we've tried
in terms of a sequel.
I wouldn't call it a sequel. I think what our country wrongly does is that a remake, a reboot, a franchise, a series, they're all called sequels. So we're not really taking the story ahead. We're not taking the character ahead. The character died. What we're doing is that we're setting up a series for Jannat. The principal pillars that Jannat 1 worked on, whether it was the witty lines, the grey character, the romance, the songs, the fast-paced screenplay. We've kept all of those things in mind for Jannat 2. So people that went into cinemas and were hugely entertained by Jannat 1, that were moved by it, that liked the songs, I think they'll be more than satisfied with Jannat 2 because Jannat 2 has all of that and much more. Right. So it's definitely a plus cinema going experience.
That was Emraan Hashmi, Kunal Deshmukh, and one and only one Mahesh Bhatt Saab talking about their film Jannat 2, and they also discussed important issues like why the dirty picture should be shown with the in a certain manner. The way censorship, the entire thing is happening is something which is not correct. Imran has said some wonderful things about the award system. Finally, someone is actually saying something which is not politically correct, and that's very good to hear, in fact, because everyone has very, very nice things to say about awards, ki hame award mila and all that stuff. So thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hungama, and all the best wishes for Jannat 2 and all your future ventures. Thank you very much, Bhatt Saab.
Thank you very much.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.